right, a Harvard sorority just announced they're going gender neutral. Kappa Alpha Theta, if that's their real name, will actually be changing its name, delinking itself from its national chapter, all because Harvard penalizes its members by withholding student leadership positions as well as other perks, while still charging them, of course, $60 grand a year. I know, it's hard to care about a Harvard sorority. Talk about a rough life. But it's a slow news day. And clubs by nature are clubby. People join based on shared traits, hobbies, and so on. If you like stamps, you join a stamp club. If you like motorcycles, you join the Hells Angels. In high school, I couldn't join the boys' chorus because I couldn't sing, and I couldn't join the girls' chorus because I went to an all-boys school. I could only sing in the shower, often by myself. It was pure hell, but I managed. But the irony of forcing inclusivity on clubs is that inevitably clubs go away. It's not worth the trouble. Society's now in a gender panic, where it's scandalous to say that boys and girls are different and that they like different things. I've yet to run into a single male who likes Maroon 5.
She will be loved. She will be loved.
I think you see my point there. And so, social circles will likely fold to pressure from self-serious college administrators. Maybe that's why everyone prefers to live on social media, for maybe it more closely resembles real life with friends, enemies, insults, jokes, insights, and genius. And it's $60 grand a year cheaper.
It's true.
Is it true, Dana?
I think that that's true. You make a very good point.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish I knew which one it was.
Well, that people like to be in a club, right? Because if you're on social media, remember it was just last week that actor Dulpas, whatever, got in trouble with all of his friends and his club because he said, maybe if you want to follow somebody that might not totally agree with you, try Ben Shapiro. And then, then his club wanted to oust him.
Yes.
And also a huge concern right now for people is the destruction of civil society.
Right.
And part of that is that people don't belong to clubs anymore.
You need clubs.
Like Rotary Club, things like that. People would get together and do things, put on the parade, have the event, help assimilate immigrants, things like that. This is actually a very interesting point that you made.
Yes, you know, Juan, okay, there are black fraternities. People would go crazy if you tried to say, okay, black fraternities have to accept white people, or gay fraternities have to accept straight people. I mean, a sorority is a sorority anymore if it is gender neutral, I guess?
I think its roots are as a female organization. But I mean, so much of this is kind of reactionary, if you will. I mean, like you were talking about black fraternities, black sororities. Guess what? They were created because they weren't, black people were not allowed into the white ones, right?
Good point.
And with the women's thing, it's interesting. You know, the male fraternities are the ones, especially at places like Harvard, Princeton, Yale, they're the ones that have all the tradition and the power and the secret societies. And
Skull and Bones.
Right, and women for the longest time were saying, hey, how come we can't get in? You know, I mean, what was the Radcliffe, right, was the girls' school, and Harvard, the boys' school. Remember, all that's shifted. So we've seen changes. And for the most part, I think it's good, Greg. I think that you should be able to go, but the worry would be that, and I think you hear this from a lot of women who argue that you need women's schools, women's colleges, because that's where women get to be stronger.
It's so stupid. It's so dumb. If someone wants to start a club and everyone calls themselves a Z, why not? You do your thing. Why can't I be a part of a sorority and we're all she's? I just think that this is so stupid. And I also think it just underscores and demonstrates the totalitarianism of the left, in the sense if they don't like something, they shut it down. We were seeing this with free speech as well, now with free association, and I think it's a big problem. And I just think I just think it's so stupid. I don't even have the words for it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Wait a second.
And I liked being in a sorority in college.
But
Lay off.
They didn't shut it down.
No, but but they're penalizing you to a point where it makes it very difficult to try to be a part of one. So they're making they're coercing.
If you remain closed. You should be
exactly.
open.
So you can no longer be a sorority or a fraternity. Therefore, if you do as a single gender organization, then you get punished by the administration through things like through things like barring people from holding
but
leadership
Lisa,
positions, things of that nature.
You can still be open. You can still be a sorority.
But then go join another club, and everyone can be whatever you want to be.
Jesse,
you can all be unicorns. I don't care.
Hey, leave unicorns out of this. Jesse, we keep hearing about how important it is to have safe spaces. Couldn't you argue that a sorority is a safe space for women, and fraternities are? I mean, it's like it's kind of strange.
Men kind of wouldn't mind mind living with women, but women do not want to live with men. We're disgusting, and we're loud and obnoxious, and we're going to be making all kinds of loud noises in the middle of the night. They need their space to be girls. Yeah. Guys don't necessarily need that because we just like sprint out and do our thing. This is why I didn't go to Harvard. I mean, this is, you know, I can't stand. What's so funny? What's so funny? I don't know why everyone's laughing. I would also like to apologize on behalf of the Five to Adam Levine. I think he's a good singer, and I like Maroon 5.
You did raise your hand. For everyone at home, you raised his hand when your Maroon 5 point.
I don't know. I think it's about busybodies. Yeah. This is one of. It's like the straws. And it's like there's a lot.
There was no one complaining
because there's so much good news. They have nothing left to complain about.
They go after sororities. Well, I think we all learned a lesson here that Jesse has terrible taste in music. All right,
not true.
You do. Come on, Maroon 5. Do you actually listen to that?
Yeah. Listen, you had thrash metal in the bump-in.
Iron Age.
Everyone in the
Check out
audience's
Iron Age.
ears
They have one
bleeding.
album. It's very good. Iron Age is music. Maroon 5.
It was someone running over a trash
Music in
can.
the Iron Age was actually not very good.
Oh, it was great. Oh, jeez, give him a chance.
In the Iron Age.
Oh, in the Iron Age. Very funny. All right.
40 jokes.
40 jokes.